Hello, I am Kristen, and welcome to day 80 of my carnivore diet journey. I cannot believe that I am already 80 days in and only 10 days away from being 90 days. And I know that I said I would stick to 90 days and then start reintroducing foods and go more animal based, but I'm contemplating going to at least 100 days. I know every time I get closer and closer to my goal mark, I want to keep going, which should say something to this diet because it hasn't been as crazy hard as I thought it would be in the beginning. Yes, it was. And you can check out some of those videos because I definitely had a lot of struggles and trying to figure out what was working for me and what wasn't, and what was causing me to be really fatigued and tired, and what was causing the nausea. Oh my gosh, I was so nauseous that my husband's like, "Are you sure that you're not pregnant? We already have 3 boys. Are you sure?" I'm like, I'm sure. I'm sure it's the food. It's what I'm eating. And I figured out that it was when I was eating a lot of pork. And I don't know if it was because it has a lot of fat and it just was making me nauseous. I'm not quite sure, but I do know that that was the culprit. As soon as I stopped eating all that pork, the nausea went away, and I still played around with the fatigue a little bit. I took some electrolytes. I ended up buying a supplement on Amazon, which really, really worked well for me. I'll link that in my description. And now I don't really have to take my electrolytes very often or at all. I realized that I'm not getting the amount of water that I should be getting in. And when I start to feel tired and I look to see how much water have I drank, think about it. Like, think about how much water you drink in a day, and if you're feeling tired, and link that together, because I promise you, as soon as I start drinking more water, I start feeling better. And I'm really bad about drinking water. I'm still kind of struggling with it. As I'm talking to you, I see my cup straight ahead, and I realized I have not drank barely any water today, and it's going to be 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I drank a little bit this morning, a little bit of coffee where I didn't finish it, and then when I finally made my first meal of the day around 12, I added a little bit more coffee to that cup because I didn't really finish it, and I added some cream, and that's all I've had today. So definitely need to get some water in as soon as I finish here with you. But I wanted to come in not only to say happy 80 days to me, but to see where you're at on your journey. What day are you on, and how are you feeling, and how are you doing, and what are your struggles? I would love to hear that in the comments. So please make sure to do that. And real quick, as always, please subscribe, hit that like button, follow along, and comments. I love hearing your comments. So let's dive in. Today, I normally don't weigh myself, and I've talked to you about this before. You can check this out in my previous videos as well. I don't really believe in weighing yourself often. Now, my particular journey was not to lose weight. My goal was to get rid of my depression, to figure out if I can get rid of the anxiety that took over my life every single day, to get rid of the fatigue where I just wanted to take a nap in the middle of the day or driving to pick up my kids, and I felt like I could fall asleep really, really bad, just not feeling good, no energy. And I have 3 boys. I need my energy to be up for them, right? So I had bloatedness. Felt like I had this pudge going on where I looked 3 months pregnant by the end of the night, every night, no matter what I ate, no matter if I lowered the carbs or worked out 5 to 6 times a week, I still had that pudge, a lot of gassiness, a lot of bowel movements that were up and down due to my microscopic colitis. Now, I want to go down that list with how it's been with carnivore. Depression, no depression. I have not felt that overwhelming depression where I just cry out of nowhere and just feel absolutely horrible from 1 second to the next. And that to me is 100% worth trying the carnivore diet. My anxiety is not gone completely. Now, with that said, I will say that it has minimized a lot. I used to have anxiety every single day where it just was so overwhelming in my chest. I felt it right here, and it was just a feeling that would not go away, and it would come and go all day long, and just it just becomes this crutch where you learn to be living with something that you just tell yourself, this is it. This is how I'm going to live. And I pretty much got tired of believing that. And so even though my anxiety is not 100% gone, it is not at that 100 level that it was. And I'm still working on that every day. I do think that things in your life can cause anxiety too. I don't think that it's only the nutrition that we eat. I know that a lot of people on carnivore has said that they have no anxiety at all. Some people say that when they get it on carnivore, a lot of their symptoms go away very, very fast, including fatigue, which I talked about. And for me, it didn't happen right away. It took almost 30 days for me to start feeling better and start seeing results. So if you're just starting out, please stick with it. And it's not a one size fits all. So just keep that in mind. I am still going through it. And I know that some people said that it took 6 months. Some people said that it took over a year before they started really, really seeing 100% of the results for anxiety and other issues that they may have. So it just to show that there's no linear line in any kind of diet and there's no one size fits all. Like I said, what works for me may not work for you, vice versa. So just you have to listen to your body and see if it's working for you and what's not working for you and stick through it, see how it goes. So with the fatigue, oh my gosh, this definitely has been a little bit of a roller coaster for me. After 30 days, I really started to feel that energy and I was feeling really good for over 30 days when all of a sudden it was that time of month when Aunt Flo came to visit and I was knocked back down. I was knocked down for over a week and I didn't know what to do. And I was just so tired and feeling that fog, that brain fog. And I didn't know what was going on because I was still sticking with my carnivore diet. And then I realized maybe I need more electrolytes and I need to drink even more water when it's that time of month because where was this coming from? And so another reason I want to kind of go past the 90 days is that I want to get to that time of month again that's coming up and see how I do, noticing these things, being aware of these things and changing what I might need to implement in my diet during that week. But after it finally started to pass and I started to drink some of my electrolytes for extra electrolytes and I started to make sure I'm drinking my water, I started to feel better again. And a few times that I have felt tired, I noticed I wasn't drinking my water like I was talking about earlier. So drink your H2O. What was the other thing? The bloatedness. The bloatedness has not come back. I do not feel bloated at night. I do not feel gassy. I do not look 3 months pregnant. And this is a plus because I would look at myself in the mirror at night and be like, what is going on? Why do I look like this? And why do I feel like this? And just not feeling good. And it was just the foods that I was eating that was causing this. And I was implementing veggies probably every night. Sushi nights, I realized, wow, sushi nights really, really was making me tired and really bloated. And I think it's just that they probably add sugar and rice vinegar and different things to their rice. And it could have been what was implemented in the rice. It could have also been the soy sauce. So really hard to say which one it was there, but I did notice that certain foods were causing that. And ever since I've eliminated all that, I do not have that bloatedness or that gassiness. So that is a huge plus. Looking at my book because I do not remember everything. I feel like I might be missing something out. Bowel movements. My favorite topic. You know that I'm not shy about talking about my bowel movements. I've talked about it before because I have microscopic colitis and I've had it since my 20s, early 20s. And so before it was, I knew what foods would probably trigger my microscopic colitis. It wasn't very often that I was triggered with that event where I would get sweaty and really, really bad stomach pains. I've probably only had that less than a handful of times on the carnivore diet. And I realized a lot of times that it was when I was eating too much of a fatty food or the rendered fat, like from picadillo, the ground beef cooked with an 80-20 cooked down. All of that rendered fat just does not do well with my stomach. So I have to eat a leaner meat when I do that. The funny thing is that I'm okay with eating a burger that's 80-20. I don't know if it's the way that it's cooked and you're not getting so much of that oil that when it's cooked down and you're kind of have that oil in your plate. So just things to look out for if you have gut issues or microscopic colitis. On the carnivore diet, like I said, it has gotten a little bit better. There are some times where my bowel movements are still soft and I kind of get a little bit of a stomach ache, not as severe as my microscopic colitis episodes that I talk about. So I'm still trying to figure that out. It could still just be that my body doesn't handle too much grease. So I've been doing maybe just 2 slices of bacon, and I seem to be okay with that. I think that if I overeat that, or if I have a pork sausage, that really just does affect me. And again, I think it's just the grease. So that's for me. It's going to be different for you or for anybody, because not everybody struggles with the same gut issues. So I think that's pretty much it. The other things that I did have before was a lot of inflammation in the hands. I almost felt like I was getting arthritis. That has gotten a lot better, although I still feel a little bit. And my right elbow still clicks a little bit weirdly when I'm doing workouts with weights, and my knees. I know that I've heard people who get on carnivore who have had issues and inflammation, that their knees get better and their joints. I'm still kind of feeling that when I do a lot of weights and lunges. So I was doing a program where it was a lot of heavy weights on the bench, and I just felt like my body could not handle that. Just a little backstory: in the past, I had what was called Graves' disease. The last time that I got checked, which was a year ago, my thyroid was supposedly normal according to my regular physician. I do have to do a follow up this year, and I want to do new blood work and share that with you and check out my thyroid and all those things to see where I'm at, especially since I've been doing the carnivore diet. So just to make sure that everything is still good. So with Graves' disease, you feel like your body is heavy when you work out, and I would feel that a lot. And so when I was doing this particular workout, I felt that with certain moves. And again, like I said, my elbow kind of clicks lately, kind of hurts, and I just was not feeling that workout. So I moved on to a different workout, which was 20 minutes a day, 5 days a week. And I was able to push through that, but it was still frustrating that certain things were still hurting my joints. So I would say that even though my joints feel a lot better than I was before doing the carnivore, they're still not at 100%. And that could just be that I need to do some more mobility training and some stretches, because I switched up my workouts recently this week, and it's a mix of yoga and Pilates and bar. And I feel amazing doing them. I feel like these programs are talking to my body when I'm in these stretches. I'm like, this is exactly what my body needs right now. So I'm happy that the programs that I do from home are absolutely amazing. And there's so many different type of workouts that you can do depending on what you can handle. If you're curious to know about the workout programs that I do, you can follow me on Instagram and send me a message there, and I'd be more than happy to talk to you about that. But let's dive in. Now I'm just like rambling on. I wanted to dive into my results. So like I was telling you, I don't agree with weighing yourself all the time, every single day, if your goal is to lose weight. I got into this rant because my goal was not to lose weight, and I just listed the reasons why I started my carnivore diet. But being on the carnivore diet, I did lose some weight, and I lost some fat, and I even gained some muscle. So from day 30, you could check out that video on what my first 30-day results were. They were absolutely amazing. I did not think that I would lose that much percentage of fat, or that many pounds. I really didn't think that I had that, but it was probably a lot of that bloatedness that was going on. So it could have been a lot of water weight, but either way, I did lose a percent of fat as well. Then I shared with you my 60-day stats, and I actually gained 2 pounds. How do you gain weight on carnivore? Go check out that video. It can happen, and that's also okay. I think that you can't focus so much on every single weight loss pound. Just continue doing your journey, and you may have to change some things if your goal is to lose weight. A lot of times, if you are eating a lot more cheese and dairy products like cheese, or sour cream, things like that, you might want to step back a little bit. Heavy whipping cream, from those, if your goal is to lose weight. That's my personal advice. Again, I'm not a doctor or nutritionist. I just know that has helped some of my clients, who I'm an accountability coach, and I help them out, and this has helped them in the past. With that said, here are my 80-day results. So at mark 60, I was 114 pounds. I am still at the same weight. So I have not lost or gained any weight, which I am happy about, because I do not want to lose any more weight. I'm pretty thin right now. I really just still struggle a little bit with the stomach area. And I think it's just after having 3 kids, I gained a good amount of weight with them and stretched. And so I have a little bit of that stretchy, saggy skin after losing weight. And that has been very hard to get rid of. It just might be something that is part of my body and something that I will have to live with. But working on that every day with my workouts. Fat percentage, I was at 10.7 and now I'm at 10.6. So not that much, but I did lose a 0.1% of fat loss there. And so I will take that little bit. And muscle, I was 41.5 and I'm up to 42.1. So I've gained muscle, which is absolutely amazing. And I think that you need to look at all those factors when you're looking at your weight loss, because sometimes it's not all about the weight. You could be gaining muscle, and that's why maybe you haven't moved in the weight in the pound section. And so you also have to feel, how are you feeling? Do you feel good? Are you feeling good with your body? Is your clothes feeling looser? Those are things that you have to look at. Pictures, pictures, pictures. I always tell my clients, take before and after pictures. You don't need to share them with the world or the internet, but they're for yourself. And I promise you that pictures say a million words more than what the scale will tell you, because I've seen it 100 times where with myself and with my clients that you don't think that you see a change. And then you look at the picture and you're like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I see it here in the chichos, your little love handles, and I see, the definition working out, right? So definitely take your before and after pictures. And so those are my stats, and I'm happy with them. I'm not looking really for much of a change there. Like I said, my goal is not to lose any more weight. I do not want to disappear. So I make sure that I get a lot of my protein in, the fat that I need. And so far I am feeling amazing. Today I'm feeling amazing. I am still waking up very, very tired. I do not want to get up in the morning when that alarm goes off, get the kids up, get ready. And I literally lay back down for a good hour and doze off, which has become a really probably not the best routine, but I am getting my workout in when I feed the baby breakfast. I get my workout in that quick 25 to 30-minute workout. So I'm able to do that. Always make time for yourself in the small pockets that you may have, even if you are very, very busy. I think that moving your body is just as important as your nutrition. Nutrition definitely is key, especially if your goal is to lose weight. But moving your body is just as important, because we need to strengthen our muscles. We need to strengthen our bones as we get older. And I think that people don't realize how important it really is. So don't be lazy. Get your butt off the couch. Right now, when this video ends, if you have not worked out or moved your body, go around the block, walk if that's where you need to start. But move your body, drink your H2O, and continue your journey with me. And I will see you again tomorrow for day 81.